Hey guys, happy Wednesday to you. Yes, it is Wednesday. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Mother's Day on Sunday. I had a couple kids that are on vacation, one working. So I saw one of my sons, and then my brother and I actually drove to Hollywood and visited my mom at the cemetery, and my dad, and my grandmother. And then went out to a wonderful lunch. And so it was a really good weekend. Unfortunately, from that point, everything kind of went downhill. I had a teeth cleaning on Thursday, and I think the hygienist that did it was new. But I don't know what she did, but she broke something off of my tooth on the very, very bottom, and it went into the gum. And so, obviously, if you got a foreign body in your system, your body is going to try and kick it out. And so, my gum swelled, and it was a big mess. I had to go back in Monday morning for an emergency, and he cleaned it all out, found whatever was in there. It was just like a tiny granule of sand, so I don't know if it was a little piece of tooth or something. I don't know, but that came out, and so much better feeling today. But I did go to the oral surgeon yesterday, so you want to see the final kicker? All right, let me show you this. This is what I just signed my life to. Ta-da! So that is the work that I have to get done. This is only based on predetermination. Looks like my insurance is going to cover about $4,500. I'm going to call them today and see if they can push that up, because I have $6,000 every 2 years through my dentist. And that's actually a lot of work, but when you're looking at $23,000 for implants, it's not going to cut it for me. So we're trying to figure this out. But this is everything they get to do. So, yeah, this is what we're facing right now. But we've got it in motion. It's going to be done hopefully within the next couple of months. And we're going to play it by ear. We're just going to use Care Credit like I talked to you about last time. And then we're just going to transfer. When it gets close to that time where they're going to start charging interest, then I transfer it to another account. Blah, 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 and stuff like that. So, today I wanted to do some color mixing. I got all my clay out, but I didn't condition all of it, and I'm sorry for that. It's been a little busy yesterday. So, here we go. So, I picked out 5 colors that I wanted to make. And I did it twice. I'm trying to get, like, fall colors, because, hey, we're already in May, right? And I have this cardstock. This is thick. I don't even know what the pound is. I think it's like 130 pound. This will not fit in normal printers. But if you have an Epson machine, like a EcoTank, they usually take really thick cardstock. Okay, and this is what I use for my earrings and stuff like that. So what I did was made the colors that I wanted. This is your recipe. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to stick a little piece on top. And that'll show me what these make. And then I'll bake it maybe on this, or I'll just glue it on there. I don't know. But I don't know. I came up with this last night and said, I could do this. And then I can cut it in half, put it into a file. So Stoneheart, that violet is throwing me off, because I'm thinking of stone like granite or, like a rock color. So that violet's throwing me off. I gotta see what this is gonna look like. Just a typical burnt orange, an espresso, midnight, which is blue, and that one. And then another blue. I got a golden yellow, a rich purple, a brick red, and I got one green. So I don't know how many we're gonna get through today. And since I don't know what these colors are gonna look like, I'm starting small. So these are something I have in my store. They're just color recipe things. And they work great if you're working by parts. So if you need half a part or whatever. But when you start getting into some of these people's recipes that I've seen, which I didn't write down because I don't like doing it that way, where it's like an 1/8 of a part, a 1/16 of a part, a 1/4 of a part. It's just, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a multicolor, I think. A multi-cutter. I have square multi-cutters in 1 inch all the way up to, no, I think I've only got them up to 1 inch, or maybe 0.75 all the way down to 1/4. So I think those would be something that I'd like to use too. And that way I've got the squares right there. and I could just cut them all out in squares, and it probably would be easier to get them in that fourth and stuff. But today we're just doing parts. Okay, so if you want to take a picture of this, you're welcome to it. Take a screenshot and you'll have your own little colors. Here, I'll put it right there for 1. And then there for 2. Hopefully that gives you a good view. I try to make it large enough. And all these numbers is just a part. Okay, so 8 parts of brown, 3 parts of violet, 4 black. So this is just an easy way to do it. So we're going to use a really small one because, again, I don't know what these colors look like. I don't know if I'm going to like them. And so I figured we'd just, I don't know, we'll just make and see. So I'm going to do that stone heart first. But see, it's asking for violet. And I don't know why it says violet because the only thing I have, this is a Kato recipe, so violet would be purple, huh? Okay, so we got to go back and grab some purple. So I think I probably should let you go as I make just like little pieces here. Yeah, because I'm going to need to condition it, and I don't want to bug you guys all day just sitting here conditioning clay. The one thing I did notice is purple. Been looking at the old color wheel here, and these suck. I mean, I'm going to get serious with you. These little color wheels, they're great, right? But I was just playing with it the other day and looking at it. It's like, okay, blue. If you add white to blue, you get this color. I don't know if you can see that, but that's kind of purple. No, when you add blue, you get like a light blue. You don't get purple. And so each one of these that I have, and I have a couple of them. Don't ask me why. Okay, so there's a blue, adding white. If you look at that one, okay, that's more of a blue. And then look at this one, it's more of a purple. And I can't get them right there together so you can see them, but you can see the difference. So there's a blue-green. Let's do the blue-green. I mean, completely different on a lot of them. So they don't even make these true. Which brings me back to one color combo. How do you make purple? You make purple by mixing blue and red. But you don't. You make mud by mixing blue and red. So if your colors aren't pure, you're gonna get mud. And apparently your red cads, even Kato, have a little bit of yellow in there. So it's basically mixing 2 primaries with the third, and that's where you get your mud. So it's like, okay, so what do you do in that respect? I've been using magenta. I don't need that much orange, right? I have 4 over there. Oh, I have 8. Okay, but we're going small. So, yeah, we're just going to test out some colors. And then if I like them, I'll come back and make bigger samples. So, let me show you the blue and red really quick, though, because I am going to need some ultra blue. And I'll show you what I mean here. And I'm just going to do one for now while you're on camera. Just for the heck of it. And I actually might already have a lot of these colors conditioned. So I'll have to go into my little container here and see what I got. And that might save us some time. Oh, look at that. I do have a magenta, so that's perfect. Okay. And I do have some red. Perfect. Oh, that's a dark red. That's not a red. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to sit down last night and make all the colors first before I got on here, but I had an order that came in late last night, and I've been selling a lot of glass. So I got everything pretty much packed up last night and didn't get a chance to get back in here. Alright. So, let me just show you what I mean. Now you got all kinds of different shades of blue too. You've got ultra blue, you've got cobalt, turquoise. One stuck, one didn't. I have never used these before. It's the first time trying my mixers. And I only need a couple of them. I have a feeling you guys already know what this is going to do, but yeah, this isn't the greatest color, is it? Or I'm just not pushing it far enough down here. Let me put some powder on it. And try that one more time. Well, can't say that I'm really happy with this color. I haven't had any complaints about it, and I've sold a few of them, but it could just be me, I don't know. Alright, so let's just do that, because that's really all we want for now, is just one blue and red, and one ultra blue and violet. But maybe I better do two. I don't know if that's going to be enough to show you. It's pretty small. Okay, well, we won't be so chintzy here. We'll do another one. I just don't want to waste clay that I don't end up liking what I've got, right? Alright, so let's just mix these two up. Okay, this is blue and red. This is supposed to make violet. But only if you have true colors in here. Or pure. And these are definitely not that. Alright, this is what I'm getting so far, okay? And so I think this kind of puts me off on color mixing just because of the fact that I don't know my colors that well. To the point where I wouldn't know how to fix something that goes wrong. And I know a lot of clayers, they mix their own colors. Now usually you can use purple and orange and make a brown. I know there's another color combo. You can make brown so many different ways. Okay, but anyways, this is our equal parts of blue and red. And just because that red is a little on the yellow side, you can kind of see the tint on the Cad red or Kato red. So it would be the same as Cad red. You're getting just a mud. And no, it's not mixed in as well as it should be, but still, the color is the same. So now if you take magenta, which I don't know what colors make magenta. Okay, and you put those two together. That one didn't cut out very well. God forbid we put a little bit of extra blue in there. Right, so I'm just going to put it in the pasta machine just to get it softened in there and start the process. Okay, and just by putting it through to a number 5, make it go a little faster, but you can already see that really pretty purple. And you can keep putting it through the pasta machine. I just decided to take it out and try and do it with my hands, but the blue and the yellow are really hard, so I might have to do it through the pasta machine. But so far, this is my favorite color. Because to me, it's that perfect purple. And we're almost there. Alright, so as you can see, look at that, we got the perfect purple. So that is magenta and ultramarine blue. If you are using Primo, you would use fuchsia and the ultramarine blue. But that to me is a nice purple, right? So magenta and I think they call theirs ultra blue. And there you go, compared to red and blue, which is supposed to be purple. So that's a little aggravating. But anyways, you just gotta, I guess you're just gonna have to play around with different colors and get that right one. And I'm not one for organization, so writing down the parts, that's gonna be hard for me. But I do want to make my own colors. So, alright, let me go ahead and get all this nice. And I don't think I'm going to use these. I don't know why I'm having issues with them. It just could be because I haven't been here for a few days, and you know how that goes. I'm going to go get some squares because I like those better, and I'm going to come right back. Alrighty guys, we are ready to go, I think. Okay, so another couple of things that I've noticed with Kato clay. One, yes, it's a little bit more tough to condition, but with Primo, I usually don't have to clean my blades so much. And I've noticed with the Kato that I get more blade junk than ever. It's just crazy how much of the stuff gets on your... So I find myself cleaning my blades a little more than I normally do, which might be a good thing. But again, if you're looking for color mixing, it's kind of hard to color mix when you got 30 million different other colors jumping in the mix. Alright, so we got that done. Now we can mix. Alright, so the first color I wanted to try was the Stoneheart. Okay, and I'm going to need 8 brown. So I pulled this one out instead of using the one that I used before, which was the clay mixer, the round circle, the pie. And I have this now in a bigger size. So it's about 6 inches long and a little wider. Okay, so we're just going to make a bunch of browns here. So I need 8 brown. I need 3 violets. So for those of you that might be working as I'm going, I'm going to kind of put this to this side so that you can see it. Alright, so we have 2, 4, 6, and 8 brown. I need 3 violets. Okay, and this is all at the thickest setting, just so you know. Alright, I need 4 black and 3.5 white. So I'm going to do the white first, and unfortunately, when I made my white yesterday, that was one thing I did start on. I made them in little squares like this. So it's not going to get this whole strip right here. So I need 3.5. That one got stuck in there. I'm not going to worry about that one right now. Right, so I have 3. Let me cut that in half. I don't know how much of these we're going to get through today, but we're going to try. I just made black. I don't know why I don't see what I did with my black, because it's under there. Yeah, one of those days. Alright. So there's some extra. And 4 black. Alrighty, let's see what we got, right? So, I don't know what color this is going to make. I mean, the Stoneheart, I can see the brown, the black, and the white, but it's that violet. That violet is the one that's throwing me off. Alright, so let's throw this in the pasta machine. And let's see what pretty colors we come up with. I think color mixing can be relaxing, but in other times it's frustrating. Okay, so far, I'm not impressed. This is what we got so far. I guess it's kind of looking like a stone. And all these recipes are from people that have already made them. One that came up a lot was Polymerclaytutorial, which is Cindy Late's site. There's a couple of people that make it on YouTube. But there's one girl that just added gold to everything. It was kind of interesting, but that's basically all she did was add gold. So I'm just thinking, you know, it's the fall, so want to make some fall colors. Oh, this is just like a dull purple. Honestly, nothing to write home about. It's just like a very dull purple. I mean, honestly, this is mud. Literally, this is mud. So, I just made mud. Okay. Alright, so we've got this little circle right here. That didn't come out very well. I guess it really doesn't matter. Okay, so that is our Stoneheart, which you could make mixing 3 primaries together. Okay, so that was a bust. I didn't care for that one bit. That's why I didn't want to use a whole lot of clay, because now, to me, this is mud. This will go for a core bead, because I don't care for it. All right, burnt orange. Well, that should be easy, right? So burnt orange is 4 oranges. I'm batting 1,000 with my cutters today. I am not pressing hard enough or something, because I know these are really sharp, but it's just not working out. And I need red, which is probably hiding underneath. I need 2 reds. And I actually have 1 red. Yeah, I just needed more pressure. My hands aren't working too well, obviously. Okay, so 4 orange, 2 red, 1 brown. Okay, and I already have a brown here. So let's mix all that up. The one I really want to do is this rich purple. 3 magentas and a turquoise. So what did we use before? We used a blue and magenta, and we got this beautiful purple right here. So to me, if you use turquoise, I would think it might be a little lighter. But we're going to find out, because that one I'll probably make next. I don't know. We are just playing, right? Now, talking about YouTube, I know all of you know who Meg Newberg is. She makes really cool canes. But she had a series on color mixing. And I've watched a couple of them, and I literally don't understand. How does she know what color? Like, oh, how can I say it? She'll put a color. I know I'm not making sense. Give me a minute and I'll try again. So this is the burnt orange. I really like that orange. It's more of a red orange though. Not as much as I thought a burnt orange would be. A little more brown. This seems like it's got a little bit more red in it, and I like it. I love this burnt orange, so this is a good one for a fall color. But anyways, I don't know if you've ever heard of a website called colorseeds.com. Color-seeds.com. It is really, really cool. Actually, I think I want these way up here. I mean, I got the room, but I don't have it here. I don't think they still produce that website. But it's really cool. It's like taking an image. Let's say you took an image of your garden, and it's basically a program. You put that image in, and it'll pull all these different colors and give you, you know how you get those pictures, and then you'll have all these blocks of colors, you know, kind of like even in your paint store, where it gives you all your coordinating colors and stuff like that from that one picture. It pulls them all out. So Meg Newberg will put one of those pictures in front of her, and she'll start mixing the colors, and she'll look at this and go, okay, what is this more? Do I need more blue? Do I need more purple? And it's like, where do you even come up adding purple to that to make that color that you want? Or we need a little more yellow. Or look, this red needs to be a little darker. We add a little bit of the contrasting color, the green. And I watch it, and she gets these colors perfect, but I don't understand the technique behind it, or the process behind it, of how she used, what colors she used. So whether or not she studied color theory, or if she's, I don't know, or if she's got the eyes to see it, I don't know. But it's just really cool the way she does it. So if you've never watched it, watch the way she does it. But tell me if you're as confused as I am watching it, because I could not figure out how she knew which ones to go. So like if you were to look in this brown and say, I want a darker brown, or she'll look in here and say, okay, I've got too much yellow, and so she'll make something opposite of yellow, maybe that's purple, to I don't know, to balance it out. It's just the weirdest thing that I've seen. Very intriguing, but frustrating because I don't know the process behind it, so I wouldn't know how to do it myself. But try and watch that one, and you'll be able to mix your own colors. Okay, so I need to make espresso, which is brown, orange, and blue, but I have lost my cutters. There it is. Okay. I was gonna say, I don't know what I did with it. Yeah, I mean, I may have went to school and had a degree in the arts, but we didn't really get into color theory. Maybe it was thrown in one semester, but on top of designing and everything, that was just like, it's a little thing that we're going to throw at you. So we didn't get to spend a whole lot of time. I would love to go back to college and just take a class on color theory. I would absolutely love that. But I don't know if I have the patience to go back to school again, but even just for one class might be fun. Get you out of the house and stuff like that as well, but I've grown into a homebody as we get older. I think we do. So 1 brown, 4 orange, and I need 1 blue. It doesn't say ultra blue, it just says blue. And as far as I know, Kato only makes 2 blues. One is a turquoise, and one is this right here. I'm doing this with the roller because I'm not getting even pressure. When you have a multicolor, you got to make sure that you're cutting every little square out. Don't put just pressure on the end because you're only cutting out those 2 pieces. And I just had I had this all cleaned up and I'm still losing things. Okay, so 1 blue. Okay, so this is espresso, right? 1 brown, 4 oranges, 1 blue. Okay, I got them all nicely in there. And then I bring my machine down to a number 4 or 5, just to get it really mixed in there a lot quicker. I don't drink coffee, but I think espresso is more a dark brown. And it is. Shove this in a couple more times. It looks like, I think I would rename this to Hershey's Chocolate, because it literally looks like the milk chocolate from Hershey's. Actually, I might just do that. Okay, this didn't make a whole lot. Hopefully it made enough to just make 1 little sample here. Okay, so this is the espresso. But tell me that's not the same color as like a Hershey's chocolate. It just looks like milk chocolate. Okay, so we have that one done. Alright, the next one we have Midnight. 12 blues, 5 magentas, 6 violets, and 2 blacks. Wow. Okay. That's quite a bit. So I got the black right here. So I'm going to do this first. Okay. So 2 blacks. 6 violets, 5 magentas. Okay, I don't have any magentas, and I don't have any more violets. Okay, there's our 5 violet right there. I have one order that I'm working on, so I may have to leave you for a minute because the print just stopped. And I need to get the next color on there. Actually, I just had 2 prints end right behind me. Okay, so how many violets do I need? 6? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I always wonder, who makes this stuff up? I mean, seriously. It's just, you gotta have some kind of a, I don't know, a head start in your brain before you even go, okay, well, we're going to add this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, so there's the 5 magenta, the 2 black, the 6 violet. So now I need 12 ultramarine. And I have 4 already. Okay. I'm going to push that down. Oh yeah, ring 5. There's 6. 7, 8, and 9. So I just need 3 more of this. And see what I mean by the crumbling? Even after being conditioned really well, it still does that to me. And that's where I get all these little itsy and bitty pieces right here that get on everything else. Alright, so we just had 9. I'm just going to do this right there. So there's 10, 11, 12. Okay. So this is midnight. Is it midnight blue? I'm pretty sure it probably is, considering all the blue in there. So I don't know if it's going to be a dark blue. But where does the pink and the purple come from? I don't know. These are the names that were on the samples, not something I would have named. So we're just using what they wrote, and that way you can go color mixing midnight and it'll come up probably for you. So it's like the purple is kind of outweighing everything in there. What do we have? 6 violet? Ooh. It's actually a really pretty color. I'm liking it to like a blue purple more than a midnight. I think if you add black, you'd get a really nice dark blue purple. All right. Okay, let's mix this back to a 0. Okay, and this is the color we got out of it. I don't know if you want to call that like a royal blue. Look at me with all these color names, right? But yeah, you got really nice purple. I know it's showing blue on the camera, so I'm just going to call it a blue purple because that's what it looks like to me. There you go. You can see it a little better. Okay, so I'm really quickly going to, wow, this one's going to take 18 whites. So I'm going to really quick trade my prints, switch them over, and I'll be right back. Oops, good turn. Alrighty, so we got all this white here. Got my cutters working, but the order that I have is from somebody in Japan, and Etsy doesn't like anything from Japan or China because they have the Chinese or Japanese writing on it, and it can't figure that out. So I don't think that order is going to go out today. I'm going to have to translate everything and make sure that I've got all the right address in there. And I'm always afraid with Google Translate because sometimes you can translate what somebody's saying and they get it all wrong. So I can't trust that completely. Alright, so I've got 2 of these already made. So I need 18. 6. And I just lost my cutter that quick. Oh, that's funny. That's me, though. But at least I'm a little slower today. Not quite as ADD as I was last week. I think now that I know what I'm looking at for the oral surgeon, and now I just gotta go. So there's 12. So let's take this. Oh, let me clean off my blade here. Or don't bother cleaning the blade, just use these little pieces, but now it's too late because I just messed it all up. Alright, got a little bit of a yellow tint on one of these. And again, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's 14 and 16. I just need one more. Oh, and it didn't stick. Cool. Okay, so there's 18 of white. Four browns. I have 3 right here. I'm gonna get one more. And 3 yellows. I don't have any extra yellows there. Let's see if that's good enough. Wow, yellow, I think out of all their clay is the stiffest to work with. And I don't know if you pronounce this chamois. Just chamois. I'm thinking it's going to be more like a champagne, because I have that color in my head, but I don't quite know how to pronounce it. It's not something that I use every day. So I had like 2 pages of recipes, and I picked out the ones that sounded more more for the fall. Okay, so this to me is looking like a primo ecru. Maybe a little more of a yellow tint to it. I will show you that in a minute. Now you can always change these up too if you need them a little lighter or darker. You can always add your tint or your shade to it. Alrighty. So, yep, this is more like an ecru. Nice little piece right here to show you. Okay, so it may be just a little lighter than an ecru. Okay. So now we have the top row done. Okay. And Tropical Lagoon, this is probably one of my favorites. I love it because it's more like a, I don't know, it's more like a teal blue. And I need 5 of these. Well, we're going to stick this right in the pasta machine. So out of all of them so far, the only one that I don't like is that stone heart. I don't need any color Miss King recipe to make that color. That's for sure. I can make that color any time of the day. Okay, and this is the last of the blue that I have to use for what I've got here. And yes, you know me, I've lost my little poker. Okay, so I need 5. 4, 5. I don't have any more blue. So I'm going to put this right back into the blue container and put that away. Turquoise, I just need 1. And I'm going to need another turquoise over here, so I just need 2 turquoise. One will go there, and one will go for that rich purple. I took all my clay and I just wrapped it in like a deli paper, but it's not that parchment deli paper. This is just more of a wrap, but it doesn't seem to do anything to the clay, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so I need 3 greens. Do I need any more greens? I'm going to need a total of 7 greens. So let me grab some green here. This is a little stiff too. The goal here, obviously, is to make colors, but I think my real goal is to make my own. 3 there, and I'm going to need 4 somewhere else. So I'm going to put those aside there. Okay, and then this is just extra. So I just need one white. And Jake has been in bed all morning. It's like probably close to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And he's up now. Don't know what he's barking at, but he's awake. Okay, I don't need any more white. This is the last white. 1, 2, 3. Oop! I just need one. Okay. Alright. So, we have 5 blues, 1 turquoise, 3 greens, 1 white. And this is Tropic Lagoon. I've made this one before. And I would probably call it more of a teal. Okay. So let's put that in the pasta machine. I sold so much glass this weekend that I probably got about 15 pounds of it going out today. So I'm trying to hear the mailman so I can give him a hand. Probably going to kill me today going, what are you selling today? But he's such a good guy. He takes my bin, puts the mail in his truck, and instead of taking the bin with him, he puts it back on my porch. He's just a great mail carrier. I've had a couple great ones. Even the subs are actually good. But this guy, if I forget to get online and put in that I have mail for the next day, he still walks up to my porch and checks. Because sometimes the postal service site is down. Or sometimes I just plain forget. And he knows that, and he still shows up. So I've been really lucky. Okay, so to me, I know you can't really see it in here. It's not as blue as it's showing. It's got more of a teal look to it. You know, I would, if I had a color to pick, I would say this is like, I want to say a blue pearl, a peacock pearl, but it's not quite as blue. But I think there's a Sculpey souffle color like this. I don't know if it's sea green, something like that. And it looks like that, but without the pearl. Okay, so we have that one. So now we're going to use pearl. And I have not used pearl yet. I only picked up one of these because I don't know how well Donna Kato's pearls sparkle. I know she says she doesn't like her copper. And it didn't give too much of a sparkle. And I only need one of these. And I don't have it in any of the colors today. Now the pearl is, well, definitely translucent. Because it is definitely mushy. This is a golden yellow. Wow, a golden yellow, but all I need is a half of yellow. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, I could do that, I guess, right? Instead of the square, maybe I'll just go to the round for now. And so we need half a yellow. It might be just a little bit too much. This is going to make a very small sample. So let's double that. Okay. Or maybe we'll even triple it. Okay, so we're going to do a total of 3 pearls. a little bit of blue on it. 3 pearls, so that would give me 1.5. Okay. And then magenta small and gold small. I don't have gold in Primo. God, it's going to be a really small sample. So I guess when they say a small amount, you're just going to grab a little bit with your hands. So there's a small amount. I don't know if it's going to work or not. And gold, I'm going to have to use a Primo gold. And it just says a small amount. So I don't know what a small amount means. But we'll see what happens with this. Now, for a golden yellow, I would have never thought to mix magenta. And, ooh, I'm getting like a, wow, I'm getting like a peach. Oh, okay, I like this color, actually. Well, I guess red and yellow, or red and yellow make orange. Red, yellow, and orange will give you kind of like a peach. But, oh, this is really cool. I don't know how it turned out that way. Again, this is where I lack. But I'm going to add one more to this because I like it. And it's a really small sample. So if it's 1 pearl to 1/2, I'm going to go 2 pearls. Just so I can make an entire full yellow. Okay. So that's the color it's given me. It's kind of like a 14 karat gold, a little brighter. So add more yellow and more white, or more pearl, and then I'll grab a little more gold and magenta. But yeah, that's like cooking. You don't tell me just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So if that's a little bit, twice, right? And a little bit of gold, 2 times. All right, we'll just do that. Yeah, I would have never thought that magenta would do this to it. Now this one's made it a little bit more golden than the other one. More like a peach. But then again, you don't give me that color and say a small amount, because that could lead to anything. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. But from that golden yellow, I don't know, now we look like a little peach. So I might have to add a little bit of yellow to this. Right? Not that much, just a tiny bit. And maybe a tad more pearl. See if I can get it back to that yellow color. It's still giving me kind of a peach. And I don't think the pearl is giving it much color, considering it's translucent. Alrighty, so we went from a 14 karat gold look to more of a peach. So I'll take it. I like the color. I like the peachy in it. So that's 2. So we got 3 more to go. Alright, so we're going to do a quick one. We're going to kind of move around here. This one's an easy one. We have 1 red, 1 violet. So there's 2, 3 violets. We'll go 4 violets. And 4 reds. Okay, so a single. I know the other one's a little faster, but this is actually easier for me. Okay, so we have 4 and 4. And this is going to be the brick red. If you ask me, a brick red is just coral. Alright, so I like this color, but again, you can name it whatever you want. To me, it looks like either a coral, a merlot, and I guess a brick red is fine. Okay, so I have 2 more to go. So the rich purple is 3 magentas. You know what? Even though I make the cutters to make stuff like this, sometimes it's just a plain old cutter like this is faster. I'm finding this is a little faster for me. So this is 3 magentas and 1 turquoise. So since it's only a little bit of clay, I'm going to make 2 of these. And we're just going to double that. And yes, I just dropped my cutter on the floor. Landed in a trash can? It did. Alright, so we're going to do a total of 6 now. Okay, so there is 6 magentas to 2 turquoise. And I know that I made a couple turquoises here. And now I can't find any. Oh, which is typical. I guarantee somebody is seeing turquoise here. Okay, so I just need 2. Yeah, so far blue, yellow, very hard. Alrighty. So far I really like every one that I've made, except of course for that stone heart. That stone heart is ugly. It's just ugly. Alright, so let's get this to a number 4 or 5. Get this rolling here. And what am I making? a rich purple. Oh. I don't know about that. I would say a red purple. I don't know if I'd go as far as a rich purple. To me, what I made earlier with the magenta and the blue is more of a nice purple. So I'm trying to think of what color I could base this one on. There's no red in it. Well, I guess it does have a magenta, but it does look more like a red purple. Okay, not a bad color. All right, and our last one, I don't have any greens, so we're going to do a hunter green. I need 4 greens, but I may have to change that since I pulled out the circle, unless I've got enough here. Do I have one more? I do. I have 1 yellow. Gotta be exact, right? And 1 black. This is just going to make a really small sample. To me, greens are easy to make color recipes for. You know, you can add the dark, you can add a little bit more yellow to give you that olive. You can add a little bit of blue to make it more of a teal. I think green is probably the easiest one to mix. And there's so many different shades of green. Now, if you want a really pretty apple green, use some Souffle's Jade and mix that with yellow. Right? Yes, I think so. And you'll get a beautiful apple green. Alrighty, so the next time we do color recipes, my next one, we will make sure all these are probably cut before I even get online. But now I can make these into actual slabs and figure out what we're going to use it for. So there's your hunter green. It's a really nice green, because I hate straight green, as you know. I don't mind it if it's dark. I don't mind if it's a different lighter or shade. But I just don't like straight green. Okay, so there we go, guys. Those are our colors for today. I don't know if you can see them really good. And then come back up here. And that's what we got. So if you want to make stone heart, just take 2 colors and throw them together and you'll get that, because this is basically mud. So I don't even know if I'm going to even save that on the card. Maybe I will. So I'm just going to bake these. And I can probably put a little dot of Bacon Bond underneath it and bake it even with the card if I want, but I probably won't do that. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's going to be great using these for the summer canes and stuff like that, or summer, fall. So I will probably take these, that one, maybe that one definitely. I don't know, I like my regular purple. To me, that would be really rich to use with the gold. But I'll make canes out of these, and then we'll figure out what we're going to put them in. So I will come back next time. We'll make some more colors, and we'll talk to you then. Have a great day. Bye. And we're back. We weren't coming back, guys, but I wanted to show you what they look like baked. Yeah, we got a little bit of bubbles on them. I guess that's okay. Just some little hoops I made. I have some extra clay. I don't know how long I've had these, but they were never baked, so we baked those. But let me grab some glue here. And I also wanted to show you something. I just haven't done it yet. It's a couple new things on site for those of you that may have not seen them yet. And I did want to try and take one of these colors and, oh, wow, that Gorilla Glue, it comes out really quick. I just want to see, I lost my train of thought. I do that all the time, don't I? I wanted to see if using Primo would give me the same results as using Kato. And yes, I took all these off, and now I'm trying to figure out which colors were which. I think we're doing okay. But yeah, you squeeze just a tiny bit with this Gorilla Glue, and it gets all over the place. Alright, so now I have two, oh, that look identical, and I know why, so that wasn't two different colors. I wanted to show you something that I've made. Okay, so this is a brown, and I'm thinking this was the espresso. This is the midnight, which I think more of a blue purple. Okay. And then this was the burnt orange, which is more like a rust color or like a terracotta color. And this was mud. Alright, so now we have our very own card. So now all I gotta do is just put a hole in a 3, and I can put it in like a 3-ring binder. Okay? So yay, we have our first color card. Okay, so one thing that I have online that I wanted to share with you was one of these little stud holders, okay? So this is just an extra one that I made because I wanted to show you how this works. But I may not be ready to even show this to you guys, and I apologize for that. I just came back real quick, and yeah, I wasn't quite prepared as I thought I was. Didn't realize that I put everything away. Okay, so what do we have? Let me just find something. And it was here literally, there we go. Okay, so this is a number 5. So this is for your studs. And I do have a stud here. Now, I wouldn't do it, obviously, on unbaked clay. I know this morning I put one stud in here. Oh, jeez. You know, it's always something. Always something. I'm getting ADD again, right? I literally picked it up and I put it in here. And now that I need it, it is nowhere to be found. Okay, guys, we're back, and I will show you our little color sheet in a minute. I just wanted to do this real quick. I'm not quite set up, so excuse me for that, but it's really quick. So I know a lot of you like to make studs or just regular earrings with post. And I wanted to show you this for people that resin your earrings. Now, I don't have a bunch of posts out, but basically it's just something that you can put your earring on. This is already going to be baked and ready to go. And you just put your earrings all on here, and then you can put it under the UV lamp. And you don't have to worry about sticking it into a block of clay. That's how I used to do it. And just throw that under the UV lamp. Now I just put it on here. But I have something that I'm still working on. It's almost there, but not quite ready because I want to make it a little thinner. So this is a number 5, and it's just the size of your earring, okay? It comes from 3 to 7. But what I don't want, see how I want that to stick out like that. Because I don't want you grabbing the post off the top. I want you pulling it from the back. But I want to make these a little thinner, okay? So basically you have your stud, okay? And you've already got it baked. Now, you can do this or you don't have to do this. Okay, but if you put the glue on first, and I'm not going to wait for this to dry, so if it sticks, it sticks. If not, it's okay. Okay, so you line up exactly where you want your stud. Now, I don't put my studs in the middle because I still need to make a hole on the bottom for it to connect. So I always put my studs a little bit higher so that it gives me room to do that. And this isn't going to be perfect. It's not going to be completely centered, guys. This is just an example really quick. Okay, so let's say you put your stud there. Now you've got enough room to put a hole to attach your bottom. So basically, would I use a number 5? No, because that's for a bigger earring, and this is small. So I would use a number 3 of these, but unfortunately I don't have it in front of me. And I've been meaning to show you this for a while, and I just keep forgetting to put it up there. So that's why I'm kind of showing it to you now, but obviously it's not perfect. But you have these little cutters that are going to correspond with the numbers. You got your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your little cutters are going to make the exact size that you're going to need for your backing. Okay, now I know this is a number 5, but again, you're going to set it on the back of this, okay? And then you're going to grab your earring, however you make it, and you're going to put it right there through the hole. Okay, and then all you're going to do is you're going to press. Okay, when you're done pressing, you're going to push up. So you see how it's not really pushing up really easy? That's the problem. So I got to make these thinner. But anyways, then you got this nice little backing to it, and you've got your post embedded. Okay, I would put a little bit of bacon bond on this side so that attaches with the metal. Okay, and obviously I'm not going to use that big of a piece. I just need a smaller piece, but this was the only thing that I had in front of me. Okay, and there you go. And now you have your post. Throw it back in the oven, 20 minutes to a half hour, and now you have a pair of earrings with a post that's not going to come out. I just wanted to come back and show you our little card that we made. They're out of the oven. I put some glue on there. So all I need is to put this in a 3-ring binder. So what I did was I just found some colors that I had extra of Primo in my drawer here. And so I was able to make 2 colors. So I made a burnt orange using the same recipe as we used here, but in Primo. And what's really weird about this is the brown of Kato, right? And this is the brown in Primo. A lot darker. So I thought I was going to get a really dark burnt orange, and I didn't. I got a lighter color. But that's pre-baked, so I don't know if it's just going to bake up a little bit darker. I also did the tropical tropical lagoon using ultramarine blue, turquoise, the green, and the white. But I came up with a little bit of a lighter, more teal color. Both of them look good. Now, if you wanted to adjust it and say, I want a little bit more blue, You can add a little bit more ultramarine, maybe a little bit of turquoise, and get more of a blue tint to it. So that's where you start to play to make your own colors. So I want to do this for all of them. And I just want to see how much of a difference there is. And then I will probably add like this down here and write down Primo, Kato, whatever. And that way it'll give me the differences between the two. So that's it. I just wanted to come back and show that to you guys. And again, we will talk to you next time. Take care. Bye.